Hey YouTube, your girl is back. Your girl is back with another YouTube video. All right, you guys. I think that my Wi-Fi is a little weak because it's giving me the little signal thing, but hopefully you all can hear me. If you all are listening to the sound of my beautiful voice and you are not subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn those post notifications on. That way you will be notified every single time I post. And I am glad to be back, honey. If you are, I know a couple people are live right now. I just got off of D's live, so shout out to my girl D. I know a couple people live right now, so if you're not able to catch this live in real time, that is no problem whatsoever. This video will be always available for replay, honey. Y'all know I don't delete nothing, okay? Alrighty, so I'm gonna give a few more people time to roll in and we gotta catch up, honey. Your girl has been gone as usual. Y'all know I have to go MIA for a little while, then I come back and I go MIA. Just, trying to have balance, trying to have balance. But we're gonna catch up today, honey. We're gonna catch up on everything, okay? We're gonna talk about my girl Latrice, honey. We're gonna talk about whoever, it's just been a while. So if you all have some suggestions, hey Miss Shelly, hey. If you all have some suggestions of things that you want to talk about, I know primarily we catch up with Treese and we catch up with Keisha on this channel, and we also dibble dab on other topics here and there. But if you got something you want me to cover, honey, drop it on in the chat box, and I will cover it as well and give my thoughts and opinions. But it's been a while, honey. It's been a while, but I have been in the bushes glancing. Hey, Shantira. Shout out to my girl Shantira Davis, honey. Body Butter Babes LLC, honey. She has some good body butter, some good body oil. I am still using that body oil, girl. It's smelling so good. So y'all go check her out at Body Butter Babes LLC. A couple of other big people have shouted her out. My girl Glamorous Tay shouted her out. The Baxter lady, she shouted her out. And I don't watch all these people who shouted her out. So I'm sorry if I'm saying, well, I don't watch. I don't really know the Baxter lady's name, but I seen that she did shout her out on Facebook. But I definitely be watching Glamorous Tay, and she shouted her out. So shout out to my girl, honey. Shout out to my girl. She said, finally caught you live for the first time in a while. Thank you, girl. Well, thank you for tuning in. And yes, my code still works. My code still works. So if you are interested in some body butter, I'm telling you all, it's worth it. Going over to Body Butter Babes LLC and use that code NIGHTJ for a percentage off of you some body butter. You will not be disappointed. I'm telling y'all. Do not keep using these watered down lotions, honey. Get you some Body Butter Babes LLC. All right. All right, Michelle. Michelle says she's want to talk about today the thoughts on the people talking about Tree's pool and ain't got one, jealous maybe, definitely. So that's what I was going to talk about. That was the first thing on my agenda today, and then we can talk about something else as well if you all want to on down the line. But I wanted to first catch up with my girl Treese because, baby, when I tell you, honey, the topic of Latrice has got the people losing their mind. These people is still going crazy, still running amok, still windmilling out here in these streets trying to bring this lady down. And I don't understand what they don't understand, that it just ain't gonna work. Y'all done tried to pull every trick out of y'all hats, and it's just not working. And Latrice actually was live a few minutes ago, and she was just like, look, I came up off of being who I am authentically with my own content. I'm gonna be me, and I don't understand what they don't think about it. But yeah, so my thoughts on the people talking about Latrice and her pool. So, baby, y'all, anybody who don't know, who's been living on the rock, the people are still dragging Latrice. And there now I do like the fact that more people are coming out with channels in defense of Trees. More people are coming to the forefront. Girl, Miss Shelley, they hating, honey. They is hating. But I do like the fact that more people are speaking out. More people are speaking out against the people who are trying to take Trees down. And it's been causing the girls to tussle. Everybody has been tussling in these YouTube streets because I think that what people are really trying to do is just take up for right and wrong. And it is just simply all the way wrong to continuously pick with somebody who has asked you several times to leave them alone and who ain't doing nothing to you. So on the topic of this pool, why y'all worry about the state of pool? Why are y'all worried? Hey, how you doing? Debbie Curry speaks. Hey, But yeah, I don't understand why the pool got y'all mad. It's this lady house. Do y'all have to live there? If she does, the topic is Latrice does not have a permit for a pool, and I'm just like, baby, y'all will find anything to come for this lady about. Damn. I mean, if they make her tear her pool down, what is it gonna be to y'all? Who? I mean, really? If she have to spend her money and make some modifications to the pool, or if the pool is not in regulation or whatever, what difference does it make? Is it going to take any food off of your table? Is it going to stop you from sleeping at night? Are you gonna have to be the one that has to figure out what to do with the pool? I don't understand what's the issue. And honestly, the pool looks good to me. Matter of fact, let's take it a step even further. Do you have the finances and the resources to put a pool in your backyard? Can you put a pool in your backyard? Do you own the property to put a pool in your backyard? I'm just saying, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to knock anybody's lifestyle. I'm not trying to come down on anybody because, hey, I'm not a homeowner yet either. But at the same time, if you're literally sitting here nitpicking modifications that someone has made to their home and it don't look bad, you a hater. You a whole hater on the front line. That's just how it go. That's just how it is. Let's get into some comments. All righty. Hey Mariah. Hey Rudy. Alive and Prosperous says, I just can't with this whole situation. As bad as I want to sympathize with Roz for her loss, she is exploiting the situation and weaponizing her grief. She just won't let up. She won't let up. And that's what I was about to talk. That's what I was noticing as well. It's like I said, over the past couple weeks, hey, Gordo Poppy TV. Hi. Over the past few weeks, like I said, there have been more channels that have been coming out and they have been speaking up for Latrice and really, really going in on Roz. And some people have went a little hard on her and said some mean things to her. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like, in a perfect world, if she was not the person up here antagonizing somebody every day, you would feel bad for her and be like, dang, they going in on this lady. But when you look at how she relentlessly goes in and picks with Latrice day in and day out, it's like, well, damn, you are getting a taste of what it feels like to be Latrice. You sit up in your living room hooping, hollering, screaming because people are being mean and nasty to you. Well, just imagine what she has to go through this, and you are one of the ringleaders who is instigating all of this. If you don't like when people talk about you and talk about your family and make up lies on you or accuse you of doing things, then it gets you to work to the point where somebody said something about, I think they said something about her mom or something that was, of course, probably not nice, and she started crying and all of that. If this stuff is getting you this worked up, then how can you not sit back and thank you, Debbie, please hit the like button. It says, how in the hell is everything about this lady life relevant to you, Roz? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because like I said, I've seen, like I said, over the past few weeks that I've been gone, and like I said, I don't watch her page because I just can't, if I don't like something, I don't watch it. But I see a lot of people kind of repost what has been going on. And so I may catch it and I may go on about my business. But I have seen there has been a lot of rumbling and tussling going on. A lot of people have been coming for her. And some of the things that people have been saying to her may not have been right, but it's like you can't feel sorry for her because look what the hell look what you're doing to someone else. And if you're getting worked up and then you're getting emotional because someone is attacking you and your family and saying things that are harsh and mean, how can you turn around and inflict that same thing on someone else? If people on the internet bothering you and talking about you and being mean and picking with you and going below the belt with you has got you so upset to the point where you coming on here screaming, hooping, holler, totally out of character for someone, of your age, because not even to be shady, but you somebody mama, you somebody grandmama, you should be, at this point in your life, just trying to have peace. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to be peaceful and positive, because I don't think anyone wants to work themselves up and be hooping and howling and screaming. That can really have some long-term detrimental, that can be detrimental to you in the long term. It's not good for you. So that bothers you and gets you that worked up to the point where you are now feeling the grunt of, what Latrice feels when people attack her. How can you get on here and keep indulging in it and keep amping it up? That's the part that I don't understand. Like I said, the hey Lady Devereaux. Hey. Roxanne says, hi, Chad. I have to call the replay a word. Hey, Roxanne, thank you for joining in. But yeah, so that is something that I, wanted to catch up on. It's been a lot going on. And like I said, there have been a lot of people that have been coming at Roz. There have been a lot of people that have been coming at each other in general over the topic of Latrice. And it's kind of sad because it's like, at the end of the day, nobody wants to wake up and see everybody on the internet in an uproar, in a frenzy, arguing over a difference of opinion about who they like and who they don't like, right? Nobody want to wake up every day and see people cussing each other out, calling each other out their name, doxing people or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, you cannot feel sorry for someone who literally has instigated this whole situation, who did not know when enough was enough. Because at the end of the day, it's always that golden rule. Do people like you want to be done? Period. And I just don't get how you all want Latrice to have this tough skin and you don't want her to respond to anything, and you want her to take the high road, and you want her to do better, and you want her to take this as constructive criticism. But the minute somebody comes for you, or the minute somebody says something out of line, it's all hell breaks loose. It's World War 30. I just don't understand it. 11 prospects. I want to see Roz abandon her vendetta against Trees like she did those cigarettes. Okay. It says this YouTube beef behooves the hell out of me. Okay, Brittany. I just, and it's like, damn, and that's why I'm like, okay, I just don't understand for the life of me. Maybe I'm just somebody who I just don't have a lot of energy, or maybe I'm just lazy. I just don't see how people muster up the energy to come on here. And even though it's growing your channel, and even though it's working out in your favor because you're profiting off of it, I just don't see how you can consistently sit on your computer screen in your living room and talk about somebody every move. Hey, Tanya Christian. Hey, B. Jones. Hey, I have just been, living. I always say I like to be consistent, but then I don't want to tell a lie, because I do try to balance my life and social media. And so could I ever do social media full time? Maybe. But could I do commentary full time? I don't know, because it be getting a little deep, and I be having real life going on. I be having work. I be having all type of stuff going on outside, just trying to live in my black girl magic aura. I be having all type of ventures I be trying to pursue and things. So I just be having to take a little break from social media sometimes, and get real life together, and come back and be like, let me check on my people. But I am going to try to be consistent. But if I post frequently, I want to try to post other things, because I don't want to be on here arguing about somebody else's life every day, all day. I know that much. You know what I'm saying? So if I ever was like a full-time like YouTuber, I would want it to be something or more on a lighter note. The commentary drama thing, it would have to be something. I could never do this full time. It probably would have to be a part-time thing. But if I did YouTube like every day, all day, it would be like, something like positive, or, hey, CC is life. How you doing? Hey. Ivan Prosper says it was very devilish of Roz to plant that seed of deception about Tanya and chase towards Trees. Roz is low down. She's a dangerous person, period. See, I don't even know what happened with that, because that, like I said, it's just like you get on here, it be so much going on that like I said, I can't even sit through it. I just have to catch up a little bit, snippets here and there, and the little bit that I do be catching up on, it be like, damn. Like, Jesus, we still going in for real. B. Jones says social media is too draining, honestly. Yeah, it is. Social media is very draining. And that's why, if I do post, so because I was thinking about something that I have really been loving lately is those lifestyle, like beauty hygiene videos, or like the hauls. I love those videos, and I shop a lot too. And so if I did post, I want to incorporate that type of content or whatever, some type of way. I do have a Facebook page, so I'm like, maybe I do have a Facebook business page, so maybe I should start posting personal content there. But that's something I try to do daily, but it's or like on a consistent basis. But baby, these YouTube streets and this drama and this tea, you have to hop in and hop out, and hop in finna hop out because, honey, you say the wrong thing and folks who want to sweep you up in there, they want to dig your information up and try to accuse you. And I ain't got time for all that because I don't got the energy, baby. We can't pull up on each other and duke it out one good time. I'm not finna argue with you every day out there on the internet. I just don't have the type of time on my hand. I don't. I don't blame you. Yes, please hit the like button. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Michelle says, "I love your channel. I be looking for you." Yeah, I said I gotta come talk to my people more often. It just be a lot going on, but and every time I take my little 2 week break and come back, it be the same old two step. People literally sitting in their living room, hooping, hollering, huffing, about to pass out, trying to prove a point about somebody else's life, talking about things that are relevant. This lady pool ain't got nothing to do with nobody. Why are y'all so invested in her pool? Why are y'all so invested? Y'all ain't gotta live there. Y'all ain't gotta clean it out. Y'all ain't gotta fall in it. Nothing. I just don't understand why is that a topic of conversation. I just don't. Yes, Tanya, it'd be a whole nother level of dramafied. And then if you talk about it, if you try to get on here and consistently just stand up for what's right, then people will find a way and try to attack you and make up lies on you. It's like, damn, I'm just trying to bring a positive perspective to the platform. Why something got to be wrong with you? Because I just don't feel like attacking somebody and bringing somebody down every day you know it says, you heard about a ghost named Hatman knock on that lady door and telling her to come outside to fight. I ain't hear about that. Look, what happened? Look, y'all catch me up. I don't know about that. What happened with that? Yes, it has to be envious. And she would, and I've heard her say a lot of times like, "Oh, it's not jealousy. We just want her to do better. It's not jealousy, it's constructive criticism." But there's nothing constructive about it. If someone has told you time and time again, "Leave me alone. I'm not changing. This is who I am." Then leave them alone. Leave them alone. Or, don't sit up here and continuously nitpick. Yes, you can do commentary, you can do reactions. I mean, that's all a part of the game, but it is a way to do things without harassing people and making people feel bad about everything they do. It's like, what in your spirit feels good about literally watching something that someone is doing and tearing it down every step of the way. But then when someone turns around and they do the same thing to you, which people have started doing, then you can't take it and you're ready to blow smoke out of every part of your body. Like, come on now. B. Jones, wet crying, says, "Yes, girl, a ghost named Hitman ran to her, knocked on the door, rang her doorbell, and waited for her to come outside. She called the police to arrest the ghost." Huh? Okay, I'm a little confused. I still don't know what's going on, but okay. See, I be lost. I don't be knowing what be going on these YouTube streets. It says, then she tried to poke holes in Rennie's saving or a video caught on that lady. Yes, and then love to scream. And that is why people continuously say stop talking about the children, because even though you may not be saying anything directly harsh about them, or even though you may not be calling them a name, or you may not be saying something that's gruesome about them, you continuously criticizing everything that has to do with them is the equivalent of talking about them. If you're continuously and analyzing the actions of a child, that is not okay. That let people, what I'm saying? Like, if you're continuously analyzing or, trying to diminish or trying to put down whatever a child has going on, or trying to take away from whatever, if the little girl felt like she saved the dog, she saved the dog. Let it be. Like, this is all entertainment. I don't understand why we have to sit here and be so critical of every single thing. And then when people accuse you of talking about people's children, everyone's the first one to holler, "What did we say about the kids? What did we say about the kids?" But every time they do something, they can't even show up on the camera without it being an issue. That is not okay. Just imagine if you brought your grandchildren on the screen and they were just being children, they were just playing or talking or doing whatever, and someone had something to say about it all the time. At that point, you would equate that with someone's coming for your children, even though they may not be calling names or nothing. It's still talking about what's going on with your children in a negative light, and it's not okay. Hey, Angela Brooks. Hey. It says she sure did call the popo for a ghost. Who called a popo? It says it's so sad. They talk about trees 24/7. Lady is too miserable. Her life. I mean, something literally has to be wrong because I just feel like life right now is already it's a lot going on. Gas almost in some places $7. But luckily down here in Georgia it's like four. It's just 4.50, so it ain't too high. It ain't as high as I've seen in other places, but it's still high. Gas is almost damn $7 a gallon. Certain places rent going up. Everything's going up. Hell, a carton of eggs almost $4. You know, I remember it used to be 98 cents a while ago. You go get your 98 cent carton of eggs from Walmart. I mean, life is already enough. Okay, living in America as an American citizen, where everybody is money hungry and everything is you got to have 5, 6 streams of income to be around here. Living good. You know, it's already enough in general, and then to sit around and indulge in a negative conversation about someone else day in and day out all day. This is nonstop, not taking a break, not coming once a week, literally every day, all day, coming to analyze the actions of someone and then be upset when people have something positive to say. It's crazy. And you cannot convince me. I don't care what you say. You cannot convince me that you are a sane person or that you are a person who is really in a great mind space if you think that's okay. That is not conducive. That is not healthy, because what you're doing is provoking chaos and drama in your life. And where it may be bringing a couple of dollars to your pocket and it may be bringing in traffic and making your life easier financially, that has to be draining. That has to be draining. Oh, okay. See, I don't even like I said, I can't even indulge in most of it. So I be missing a lot of the key things that go on. But the little stuff I do catch, I be like, this is ridiculous. And then, it's like, and a lot of people who over there, like, y'all are supposed to be the leaders. Y'all are supposed to be the people, the older gen, not even too old, but just the mother figures, the grandmother figures, people who supposed to been there and done that. So why are y'all carrying on like this about somebody y'all don't know? It just baffles me. And it's like the same old, same old. I've said it a million times, till I'm blue in the face, but you know, it's always some, first it was the way she ate, it was the way she ran a business, it was the way that she handled her breakup. Now it's the way that she building a pool in her backyard. It's just always something. Always. It says Hatman put her car in parking traffic too while she was driving. She was scared. Lord, I be missing it. I be missing everything, honey. Miss Shelley says, I don't understand how people can listen to her. It's baffling that there is that many negative Nancy's in our Afro American sisters' culture. It's very disheartening, right? Because I can't sit through 5 minutes of it. It's just like, it's too much for me. So most of the things that I catch up on are from people reposting or just giving their commentary or their opinion on it. But I can't sit there through no hour, 30 minutes of somebody just bashing and going in and nitpicking and talking about stuff. And then trying to, well, I'm not talking about the kids. Well, it's my opinion. No, it's negative and it's not positive. And you want people, and that's the crazy thing about it, is if you want people to respect you and not come for you and not hit below the belt and not tear you to shreds, then you need to practice what you preach. You cannot be out here expecting people to take it easy on you and not take low blows at you when you are doing the same thing to another Black woman who did nothing to you. And that's sad. Before anything happened, before Latrice clapped back, all of this was still going on. It was the daily nitpicking in all the time. And it's just like, damn, like, you don't get tired. You don't just wake up and be like, look, this shit is getting on my nerves. I'm tired of talking about this lady. I'm tired of watching this lady. I'm tired of analyzing her life. I can't stand her. Why am I even worried about what she got going on? I mean, I think anybody with a little bit of just some good old morals and values would be like, if I don't like this lady and if I have such a disdain for this lady, it may behoove me to just limit how much of this lady I indulge in, limit how much of her life I talk about, because I'm not going to change her. Even if something bad does happen to her, that's still not going to change the circumstances in my life. So what benefit is it going to do for me? Because if she goes away, if something happens to her, if she doesn't post anymore, then there goes all my content down the drain. So it's crazy. It says, these are our fellow sisters. It's so sad. Very sad. Very sad. And it's like, and then, having the nerve to criticize someone for their mannerisms and how they act and how they talk to people and trying to tell somebody how to treat people and talk to people, but you are sitting there being nasty, mean, and hateful every day. It's beyond me. I'm like, how can you give anybody any kind of advice? How can you do that when you're not doing what you're doing in love? You're not doing what you're doing with grace, you know? I thought we supposed to be, look, I'm not perfect, okay? I have my many sins, but I'm thinking the goal of constructive criticism is to be constructive. The goal of helping somebody is to actually be helpful and to deliver the information in a way that is digestible. No one is going to receive what you're saying when you're being nasty and mean. No one is going to receive what you're saying when you're saying they're not attractive. You're calling them out. You're calling them ugly. You're talking about them. You're laughing at them. Ain't nobody gonna receive what you're saying that way. It's just gonna keep being a back and forth, a back and forth. The more people are gonna come to the forefront, and they're gonna want to defend, and then that's gonna make y'all matter, and it's gonna be a continual back and forth. And all these arguments gonna keep breaking out, and all this disrespectful stuff gonna keep being said, and it's just gonna keep going on and on and on. And it's sad. It says, it's our fellow sisters blindly supporting this overgrown bully. What is wrong with the world today? I don't know what's wrong with it because I just don't see in how people can sit there and amp up that type of behavior. And it's like, obviously, you all who are following this woman, you all are women up in age, you all have established things for yourselves. You've been through some things in life. I just don't know how you all are sitting here encouraging her to continue this craziness going. It's crazy. And a while ago when I just used to peep in and see what was going on. Like I saw someone leave a comment in it, and she was like, I'm pretty sure the lady, it was something of the sorts of, I'm pretty sure that you're a wonderful person, but what you're doing is not wonderful. Regardless of if Latrice it needs to change certain things or not, it doesn't make you any better to sit up here and talk about it every day and drag her for it. That just makes you just as worse. And it's like, I don't understand how they don't see that. Like, I don't understand how you all think something positive or something productive is going to come from being hateful, nasty, and mean. Like, you should know better. And what's crazy is when Ross explains where it all started while taking zero accountability. Sometimes it scares me that she loathes this woman enough to want to see her gone as a gone. Right. Because she is really delusional in how this started. This did not start when everything happened with Latrice clapping back at her and saying whatever she said. It didn't start there. It started long before. And it's like, dude, are you not realizing that some of us have been here since the very beginning? We were here before anything transpired. We were here before Latrice started clapping back. We were here from the very beginning. And what I witnessed from the very beginning, before anything happened, before before Latrice said whatever, before any of that, what I witnessed was you all attacking this woman day in and day out, interviewing people who used to work at her warehouse, trying to sabotage her business, putting out all type of allegations on her. All that was going on from the beginning. So you cannot say, well, she said this about this, and she said no. Before she said anything, the attacking, the antagonizing, the saying, making up stuff about her season, and all that was from the very beginning before any clapback was done. It says she studies and dissects her like a science project. But when I tell you it's most definitely taking a toll on her, she looks bad to me. I mean, it has to be taking a toll on her. It has to be. I don't see how that is healthy. I don't see how I could be at the point in my life where I'm going through things already personally. I've had, I'm just living. Everyone has life happen to them. Everyone has things happen. And it's kind of like, I cannot imagine with daily life and what we go through as humans in general, adding on worrying about a whole nother human being that's a whole ways across the country. And I'm just relentlessly going in on them every day, arguing with people. And now I got people coming from me, and now people talking about me, and they talk about my grandkids, and they saying ugly things to me. And now I'm having to step out of character and clap back at them, like, and they're doing this because they want me to stop, because they are, what I'm doing is making people feel away because I'm being ugly and nasty and mean to somebody else. I think her hate for Tree started with her want for Coco because she acts like a jealous baby mama whose baby daddy has moved on. Yeah, I don't get I don't understand what her I don't get what the I don't get why people were felt so bad for Coco, but we already talked about this before. But it's kind of like when Latrice was with the man, y'all talked about him, y'all talked about his gold teeth, y'all talked about his hair, y'all said y'all wouldn't want y'all children around him. And then as soon as him and her fall out, y'all obsessed with him because y'all feel like he finna give y'all the tea, or y'all feel like he gonna be the one that's gonna bring her down. That's sick. That's sick because if you felt like he was this disgusting person before when him and her was laid up and lovey-dovey, then what changed? Nothing changed. He's the same person. So that lady is a big bully. She's hateful. Anytime someone talks about kids, leave the lady alone and her babies. She's trying to be the best mother she can be. There's nothing wrong with tough love. She needs to stop. Yeah, she definitely needs to stop. Michelle said Dennis ex lady. Yeah, definitely. Alive and Prosper says, yes, she bashed Treese about the very same behaviors she celebrates in Coco and Lele. She dogged Treese, accusing her of renting her home, but it's an accomplishment to celebrate from renting. It's always a double standard. It's always a double standard. Like she talks about Treese and oh, she says such nasty things out her mouth and she don't have, you always criticizing her for what she has going on, but Coco get on here and laugh at somebody being abused as a child and mock the whatever happened, and it's just so funny. Oh, he's so crazy. You are okay with a grown man up here, getting money from women every day to take care of his daily needs. That's okay with you. That behavior is totally fine. You don't see nothing wrong with that, but you see something wrong with somebody building a pool in their backyard. Let's make it make sense. So it's okay for a grown man to talk to his girlfriend crazy on live and argue with his ex-girlfriend every day and be on there talking to folk crazy and asking for cash apps. That is totally acceptable behavior, but somebody can't build a pool in their backyard. Make it make sense, honey. Make it make sense. He says Wiles has a crush on Coco. I bet Layla. I mean, I don't know. I ain't like I said. I just, I don't know if it's a crush. I just think that she is, I don't know what it is. Well, you might be right, Miss Shelley. You might be right. I think it's just, they're just so obsessed with him because he, had the big falling out with Treese, and that falling out with Treese gave them the go ahead to bash her and talk about him. That was their bait. That's what they needed. Because before, when him and Latrice were together, they knew they was nitpicking. They knew they was like, yeah, we talking about her, but ain't nothing really happen. You know what I'm saying? All we can do is just watch and dissect everything. But when that happened, they that kind of gave them excuse to be like, oh, well, she did him so wrong and look what happened. And no, 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 no. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It got to be something. So you might be right, Michelle. It has to be something. Yeah, but that's when she started. That you is right. That is right. Because I'm like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And it's like what, if you are so disgusted and if you are so appalled by her behavior, then how can you look at him and think that he's any better? What is he displaying? We ain't seen him grind and get it out the mud. We ain't seen him get out here and roll his sleeves up and figure it out without being involved in drama, involving women. We seen him degrade and dog the hell out his baby out his I'm sorry, I almost said baby mama. We seen him grade and dog the hell out of his ex-girlfriend for a check. That's not honorable. That's not something that we should be around here celebrating and giving somebody a pat on the back for. Oh yeah, you're such a stand-up guy because you capitalize off of degrading your ex-girlfriend. But somebody out here who been raising their kids, they've been on social media, doing skits, cooking videos, really getting out the mud. You give them such a hard time that nothing they're doing with their life is good enough, but you over here praising this damn lazy ass grown man. I don't understand. I just don't get it. Tanya, she looks bad. She keep talking about trees for the little bit of money she get every month. Yeah, it's too much. It's just too much. And it's kind of like, And like I said, not to go too hard on anybody because I don't know these people, but it's like it's just a double standard for me. It's a double standard for me because it's like anybody, it's literally a serial killer can come on here and say they don't like Latrice, and baby, they gonna support them, they gonna send them cash apps, they gonna probably invite them over for Sunday dinner. As long as you say you don't like Latrice, it don't matter who you is. It doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It don't matter. Nothing matters. All that matters is that you don't like trees. So as long as you don't like trees, come on over here and you can sit with us. It's a lot. It is a lot. Hey, one man band. Hi. But yeah, so I just been sitting back like, damn, this is still going on. This is still going on, and people are still delusional and still upset because other people have an opinion that it needs to stop. It's kind of like if y'all are gonna dog the lady out and talk about it and degrade her and do whatever and try to bring her down, at least let the people who support her and let the people who really are inspired by what she's done, let them at least give her flowers. Like, Jesus, anytime somebody try to be positive towards her or try to just give her props, it's always an issue. It's like if you all are gonna bash her, okay, cool, do your thing, but then you all come and attack anyone who tries to speak out in light of her. That's not cool. Hey, Kia B. It says, tune in tonight. The ghost is out the closet. Well, I have been late to the party. So what happened? So who is the ghost? Who is the ghost? I'm confused. Look, somebody gonna have to catch me up, but I will have to tune in. Miss Shelley says Treese is basically feeding all her haters. I wish she could take a month vacation off social media and let them squirm for some content aside from her. I really wish she would. I really wish she would. I wish that she would literally take her baby somewhere nice, or not even. Matter of fact, she don't even have to take her children nowhere because she got a pool back there. They got land back there. I wish she would just starve them for about a month straight. Don't post nothing. Get on off here and have a good old time. But I mean, this is her income, so doing that would be asking a lot. But at the same time, I wish she would just take her a break, honey. Look, take her a little vacation and take her a breather, and let's see what you all are gonna say. Let's see what we have to talk about, because it ain't that serious. It's just not that serious. And not to do it every day, not to do this every day. Reacting and commentating and giving your thoughts and opinions here and there, okay, cool. But every day, y'all gonna watch her every day and talk about her every day. Like, come on now. One man band says Casper. But yeah, I will tune in. But yeah. So that's all that I have been seeing. I just been seeing the same old, and that's why I said, it's just, but God don't bless no best, and every dog gonna have a day. And I said the same thing, the similar situation. I also Keisha Anderson, she's another person on here that kind of went through something similar with somebody continuously harassing her, and she got her justice was served for that. So it's a similar situation. God don't bless no mess. Yeah, people may get away with it for a while and may profit off of it a while, but eventually one day you're going to have to move on. One day you're going to have to find something else to talk about. One day you're going to have to, understand that this is who this woman is. It's not changing. She's not bothering anybody. She's not hurting me and my family. So I'm going to have to let it go, because there's only so much that you can talk about. There's only so much that you can talk about before you just continuously look crazy. Because the more and more that people, that side goes in and just, goes off the deep ends with the antagonizing and the bullying and the harassing, the more people are going to come to the forefront and start speaking out. And that's just going to throw everything out. It says we're talking about the trees has not people who support her. But yeah. And it'd be a lot going on. It'd be a lot going on. But that's why I said, if I ever, I do want to be more consistent on social media. I really do want to get my Facebook monetizing, and I want to do personal content over there as well. But I want to, I want to do like something like, positive and upbeat, because commentary is fun and it's enjoyable and it's good, like always kick in. But baby, it can be a lot. It can be a lot, digging into these topics every day. It says the sign leader was hearing and seeing an image of a head man. Oh, okay, okay. Alive and prosperous. I've been here with you from your start. She bashed single mothers, college degrees, and military and truck drivers. That lady is burning in her own hell on earth. Child, she bashed. It'd be like I've heard some of everything. It's kind of like in the midst of her arguing with people over Latrice, you throwing all type of insults out of there, and you don't even know that the people who support you could be in the same riff. I know she was arguing with somebody, and she told him, "Well, you a CNA and you white behind." I'm like, girl, lady, do you know how many CNAs probably follow you, or who will support you? It's kind of like that's why you have to be mindful. You have to be mindful. Hey, who Kim? Then she called the cops on him. See, I be missing all of that. But yeah. But that's all that's gonna happen. If she continues on, all that's gonna happen is because that's what's happening now. More people are gonna come to the forefront, they're gonna speak out, they're gonna, they're going to continue to show their support for Latrice. It's gonna continue to make her mad. A side argument gonna break out. She gonna be hooping and hollering and hooping and hollering. And one day it's gonna be like, damn, enough is enough. And hopefully that's what happens. Because it's kind of like I just could not see myself up here in the middle of my living room, screaming, hooping, arguing, yelling, cussing, and doing all that, all because I can't stop dogging somebody out. It says she called the cops on the ghost, baby. They put her in a straight jacket. Angela said that bullet will still talk about her if she took a month off. Probably so. She'll probably come on here every day. I wonder what's going on. This is what I think. This is what I heard. No, it's day 25. This is what we think. It's like, let this lady live. Dang. Because when it's being done to y'all can't take it. Y'all want her to sit back and ignore it, sit back and suck it up. But then when it's done to y'all, it's like, oh yeah, whatever. Get over it. But yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. We just have to keep hope alive that one day the sun will come out and the light bulb will come on in these people head, and to be like, you know what, this is not cool. This is not cool. Regardless of if I like this lady or not, regardless of if I agree with her actions or not, who am I to be so critical of the next person? Who am I to judge someone or tear someone down for how they're living their life? Have I made every correct decision? Have I had millions of people look in on me throughout my entire life and how I raise my children, give me constructive criticism and bash me and tear me down? I haven't had to deal with that. So how can I put this on somebody else? Yeah, it's sad. It is sad. It says she bashed manufacture and double wide mobile homes whole time homeless is unsurpassed. It can happen to you and yours anytime. Okay. I don't care if you live in a mobile home. I don't care if you live in a shoebox. To have a roof over your head in today's economy is a blessing in itself. And it's kind of be humble. How do you all want Latrice to humble herself, and you all want her to have all this humility and have all this dignity and walk with her head up high and ignore all of your hatred? But y'all are some of the most vain, materialistic, unhumble people. Bad to somebody because they live in a mobile home. It's a home. And honestly, I've seen some nice mobile homes. Those marginal homes, some of those newer homes, they are building those that look better than regular houses. I mean, like, sleep around your own front door. I don't care if you live in a mobile home. I don't care if you live in a project. I don't care if you live in a shoebox. I don't care if you live in a boarding house. If you paying your bills and you keep a roof over your head and you ain't out here robbing, killing, and stealing, you all right with me. Okay? It says she knows she can't take it. I'm laughing because Chase had her crying. Okay, had her straight up there crying. And I'm like, but if you would not be so evil and mean, none of this would have even transpired. How can you get on? I get we're all human, and sometimes certain things can trigger us, right? But at the same time, that's why you need to leave people alone. You would not be dealing with any of this. You would not be dealing with anybody getting you so upset to the point where you're emotional and you're cussing and you're fussing. None of this would be happening had you had grace and mercy on someone else that you don't know. So so all of these people that are coming out and attacking you or saying whatever about you, not saying that it's right, because at the end of the day, cussing folks out, even though I do in a heartbeat, cussing, fussing, arguing, that's, the God don't want us to do that, right? You know what I'm saying? That's not how life's supposed to go. But at the same time, you are bringing this on yourself by continuing to insert yourself into a messy situation. You cannot put yourself in a messy situation if you're going to come out clean. That's not going to work. Nobody's just going to sit back and watch you be evil and not say nothing, because that's just evil. Bothering this woman every day is just evil, period. It says whole time she renting, hating on the homeowner. Right. Like, how can you even give a damn about what she got going on? She is blessed enough to be able to build a pool on her property. Can you go out there and start putting up a pool and building without asking for permission? That's not shade. That's just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? I would never criticize somebody for whatever enhancements they decide to make to their home. That's their home. They're a homeowner. They can do that. And whatever they choose to do, they'll have to figure that out. That's not for me to sit around and nitpick about. I mean, hell no. It says, how you bashing truck drivers will go to the store each day. Where the F do you think the goods come from? Okay, and honestly, truck drivers make some wonderful money. I mean, it's supply and demand. Like, supply, like that's what makes the world go round. If we don't have truck drivers, how the hell are we going to have anything? And that's the reason why the economy is the way it is now. That's why you got people out here ashamed to go get an honest job. You got people out here ashamed to work at a nursing home. They shame to have to go get them a little regular 9 to 5, because people are so mean and critical. People don't know nothing about your life, don't know nothing about your finances, but will judge you based on some stereotypical shit. You know what I'm saying? Or some because of what society says you're supposed to have. Like, there's some truck drivers out here making plenty money. Some truck drivers out here making bank. Quiet as it's kept, because I was, looking into, the box truck industry or whatever. But I was, taking a dispatching class, and FedEx is paying people who have if you can provide your own 18-wheeler and your own driver. I heard that FedEx is paying people $27,000 a month, up to $27,000 a month, and you can provide your own labor and your own employers. I mean, your own truck and your own employers, they'll pay you $27,000. I don't know the logistics of it, but the trucking is a lucrative business, because that's how do you think we get goods and services how do you think we get goods and products? Like, we need somebody to get out here on this road, because I damn sure ain't gonna do it. Okay. I commend truck drivers. Okay. I probably been went to sleep on the road. So just think the strength that it takes for somebody to get up every day and drive 10, 12, some people drive 20 hours to make sure that you have what you need. Man, please. I take my hats off to the truck drivers. The tent on Latrice land was somebody. That tent on Treese land was somebody's home. I'm proud of Treese for how she handled that. And Nagy G. Treese do the most at times, but she has a good heart. Most definitely, she has a good heart. And like I said, Treese put me in the mind of my mom. They may not be perfect, and my mom is very successful. One thing about my mama, she may have had her trials and tribulations. She may have had her ups and downs or whatever. But one thing about it, my mom is a successful woman. She has traveled more than a lot of people I know. She's been all over the world. Okay. She gonna have her a good time. She gonna keep her somewhere nice to stay. She loves to decorate. She just bought her a Range Rover, honey. But she has had, she's had her ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? She's human. She don't cuss a couple of people out. She don't been to jail before. She did a lot of things. But guess what? One thing about it, she's always been good to people. And so God has always blessed her through whatever she's been through, and so that's why I can kind of I can see the good in Latrice, because sometimes people are misunderstood. If you are brought up a certain way, if you've been through certain things, everybody's not the traditional prim and proper, I'm going to do everything the right way. Everybody is not brought up that way. Some people some people get out the mud, some people had to figure it out on their own. And so, everybody doesn't have the same mannerisms. Everybody doesn't have the same, they don't have the same, they don't operate like you may operate, but that doesn't mean they're a bad person. Because you judge people by their heart. And like I said, I have watched Latrice over the years, and yeah, she may snap on you in a heartbeat. She may cuss you out. She may not do everything the way I would do it, but you can always see that she's always been helpful. She's always been for making whatever going on in her life at that time right, correcting things, trying new things, and just genuinely being herself and trying to get it off her own back and not nobody else's. And that's what I appreciate about her, and that's why I like watching her. There was a conversation about this on Shonda's page, but of course the BS silenced it. I want to know more. It says, and I believe she's lying about working her job is some type of medical treatment, hence that port she has in that chest. In my opinion, some of us working in medical field and know what that port is. I just believe that she got too much going on to be sitting up here worried about somebody else, and not even trying to say it in like a shady way, but it's kind of like, that's too much for anybody. I wouldn't want my mama on here arguing with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like when I wouldn't, to me, arguing, fussing, fighting, tussling on the internet, that's for children. That's for children who ain't got nothing to do. That's people who, fresh out of high school, figuring out life, and they ain't got nothing to do but turn on their phone and be entertained. But after a certain point in life, that's just not the move. That's not the move. You know what I'm saying? I'm 29. Even for somebody like me, I'm a mom. I got shit to do. I'm not finna log into the internet every day and see what somebody done said about me, or log onto online and argue with a stranger every day. I'm not about to do that. And I'm pretty sure, she has enough on her plate to where she don't need to be worried about nobody else. And that's with anybody. All of us have too much on our plate to be sitting back, fussing, cussing, arguing, hooping, hollering with somebody over nothing, over stupid stuff. Today, y'all mad about her pool. Tomorrow's gonna be her dog. The next day it's gonna be her hair. The next day it's gonna be her house. Like, y'all are just gonna keep nitpicking. It's nitpicking. And nothing major has happened. Like, nothing major has happened. Everything has died down, and y'all continuously find something and be 38 hot. Y'all will be talking about something as simple as what outfit she had on that day, and literally be upset. I'm talking about voice elevated, passionate, like about to bust a blood vessel, trying to analyze this woman's life. Like, damn, just calm down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. But, like I said, that's why I want to try to, me personally, because, like the negativity is draining. And that's why, me personally, I want to try to do more on social media that's positive, instead of sitting around, always having to rehash, the wrongdoings that these people out here doing, throwing in something lighthearted every now and then. That's why I said I really want to get into, those beauty and lifestyle videos. But I'm gonna tell y'all, honey, I'm a little, I'm boo ghetto. Okay. I'm a little bougie and a little ghetto. Okay. So some stuff that I do, with some, like, some things that I incorporate into my daily routine may not be the Instagram model way of doing things. But yeah, I want to explore things like that, because I just could not imagine like sitting on here every day, like just going in, and that's what really just stopped us from being consistent with the commentary. Because it's like, you want to get on here and give people content day in and day out, but it's like nowadays when you do that, people want to argue and tussle with you about your opinion when you're just trying to be positive, and that's crazy. It says used for draining fluid. Yeah, but whatever it is, it's kind of like, focus on yourself. You never go wrong when you focus on yourself. It cannot be healthy sitting on here screaming and hooping and hollering. And that ain't even to be mean or nasty or try to even pick at you. That's just saying, like, chill out. Chill out. And I would give that same, like I said, I would give that same advice to my mom too. Chill out. So it is. There are a lot of positive channels out here. Self-care channels, the positivity ends, like, I need to do better. Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I love the kiki. I love to kiki. Okay. I love to talk about what's been going on the YouTube streets. I love it. However, when you get into more lengthy commentary, or what I've noticed is, like, when you really get into your opinion and having like a dialogue about it, like, people literally get upset with you about how you feel, especially if you're trying to take up for someone who's being criticized, then people literally just hate for you to do that. And I'm a positive person. I don't like to see people get, torn down on every day. I don't like to see people get nitpicked on every day about certain things. And so, I like to take up for the underdog. I like to see the good in people. And when you're in this lane of things, it's like people hate that. They hate that you can see the good in somebody that everybody hates, because I feel like this, as long as somebody's not out here harming anybody, they're not out here doing anything wrong to nobody. As long as they're out here, if they're just living their life truly trying their best to be the best person they can, they just may not do everything the politically correct way. I don't see why that causes for constant attack and criticism. Everyone lives and learns. Everyone has to go through their own life and make their mistakes and bump their head and stump their toe and get back up again and brush themselves off. And I just feel like people on the internet are so weird nowadays. It's like people are so critical over nothing. And so the more successful commentary channels, I see those are the ones who kind of they report the tea. They don't really give their opinion too much on it. And it's kind of like, there's really no way to, it's really, it's really hard. And I'm not gonna say there's no way, but it's really hard nowadays to really speak out and say something positive about somebody, because everybody just wants to be so negative and everybody wants to be mean. It's like, damn, what happened to just being nice? What happened to dusting each other off and, just being nice to each other? I mean, what's wrong with that? Why can't people just say, you know what? I probably would have did it this way, but she can do it this way, but it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it always have to be, oh, let's cancel this person, let's end this person, they don't deserve to be on this platform? Like, why does it have to be all that? Especially when somebody ain't did anything to you. This is used for dialysis. Well, I hope that's not what it is. Chase Good People. Yeah, I like her channel too. I like her channel too. You're right. It's not saying she's evil, but I'm just saying that's what the ports people use for. Yeah. I think my grandma friend had one. I think so. But it's kind of like, it's just too much going on here, And if you do have something like that going on, the last thing I'm gonna do is sit up here and be worried about somebody else, even if something like that isn't going on, even if it's just something minor. It's just like, we too grown for that. We too grown to be sitting on the internet arguing, tussling, fussing, fighting, cussing each other out, making all these empty threats. Can't nobody pull up on nobody. Everybody is in all these different area codes. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is all across the world. Everybody's up in age. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody finna, nobody ain't finna pull up on nobody and swing. So why is it all this huffing and puffing? Like, let Latrice live and everything will die down. It's like a domino effect. The reason why people are making channels and they're now coming after Roz and clapping back and saying these things is because they're tired of the way that she's coming after Latrice. And it's kind of like, if we cut back on all the hatred and all the Latrice slander and the constant nitpicking, then all of this would just die down in general. Because people wouldn't have anything they need to be outraged about, Period. So like I said, I'm not unrealistic. I know that the tea is interesting. I know that, gossip channels have been around for a long time. You know what I'm saying? We love Wendy Williams, all of that, so nothing is wrong with doing it. It's just a way that you can do things. That's all I'm saying. Facts. I'm the same. That's why I was so touchy. Like, lady, why are you going so hard? Like, enough is enough already. Right. Like, okay, we understand. Like, okay, you may not like the way she do this. You may not like the way she does this, but it's at a very sick level. And it's kind of like, are you going to literally continue to go on and on and on? Like, how long are you gonna do this? How long? Because at the end, you ain't heard about it but yourself, You ain't heard nobody but yourself, because you're not God. You don't have that type of power. You don't have that type of pull. God got the last say. So every dog got their day. If your goal is to ruin somebody for whatever your personal reasons is, it's not right. You ain't got this type of say so in my life. If I don't like someone and I don't agree with them, all right, deuces. I don't have nothing for you. I'm not gonna make it my mission to take you down. Because when you do that, you end up taking your own self out. You end up taking your own self down, trying to take somebody else down. you're going to end up jeopardizing everything that you worked hard to build, going to extreme lengths to try to take somebody else out the game, like try to take somebody else off this platform. Like, no. That she's worried about her health, her mental health, and clearly her physical health, not Trees. Facts. That is facts. Because it has to be mentally draining. I'm talking about mentally draining. So get on here day in and day out and do this. And we know that it's mentally draining because we've seen tears, we've seen emotions, we've seen crying, we've seen cussing, we've seen fussing. So we can see this taking an emotional toll on you. Why do you continue to go on and on and on? I just don't get it. It's a lot of crazy and deranged folks out here on these YouTube streets talking crazy. Yeah. People are, this is like a different day and age. I remember, like, I ain't even that old, but I'm acting like I just been on social media forever. But I remember, like, back when I was pregnant with my daughter's 8. So this was like 8 years ago. That's when I first really got into YouTube heavy, because I was doing my second semester of school from the house. So I would just, be in the bed all day. And, I started watching commentary channels back then, and it was peaceful. Like, people had their differences of opinion. Yeah, there was still drama. Don't get me wrong. There was still drama amongst people, but that people were able to express themselves without it becoming like a cult and these whole group of people attacking one person because they said this and that. Like, it was like, okay, you got these group of people that agree with this. You have these group of people who don't agree. They agree to disagree. They argue, they point, and that's that. If bloggers or if commentators, if there was any drama or beef between them, it was about something they had going on with each other personally outside of what they were talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember a long time ago, there was, I think there was like a big falling out with like Lovely T and Tasha K and all that. Like, because I was watching that back then, when that happened, they actually had a beef about something that happened between them personally, not their opinion on something. You get what I'm saying? Like, I forgot what it was. I don't know what it was, but I don't know the specifics of what it was, but it wasn't about who they support or who they don't support or something. You know what I'm saying? I think it was around the time the Cardi B situation happened, but whatever happened, it wasn't like they were trying to silence the other person from doing their commentary. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, okay, girl, you over here doing the most. We ain't rocking with that, so we can't rock with you, but do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like we have to silence her. Like, it was like, okay, girl, you can try to take that Cardi B, but we ain't on it. You know what I'm saying? We not doing it. But go on, do your thing. And they all dwelled and prospered on their own platforms. But now it's kind of like, when you have people who support one thing and people who don't support one thing, it becomes this cult and this takedown. It's like, oh my God, they're speaking positive. Something must be wrong with them. Let's silence their channel. Let's try to pull up their information. Let's try to end them. It's crazy. It's totally crazy. Yep, Shay sure is good, people. She has a healthy opinion about the goings on in the sector, not like some folks. Yeah, and I seen there was a little bit of drama around that too. I just didn't, I didn't know, because I like her commentary. I do. Hey, Elsie girl. So these people don't know what Trees talked to God about when she's by herself. That's why they need to leave her alone, right? Like, you do not know what she goes through. You do not know her personal relationship with God and what she's trying to make right. And one thing I can say about Latrice, through whatever she's been through, she's always tried to make it right. Even with her and her son, they've had their ups and downs, but I've always seen her welcome him back with open arms and try to make it right. So at the end of the day, we cannot sit up here and be critical. People have real life things happen. What Latrice has been through is no different than what anybody else has been through. It just so happens that she has had a camera follow her around for a very long time. So we see it, versus everybody else got to go through their trials and tribulations behind closed doors. That's the only difference. Diane Hill says she looks crazy, scary, delusional, laughing, talking, gossiping, trying to play it off. She's unraveling in front of the world, trying to prove a point. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is looking a little crazy at this point. Hey, girl, hey. Since my husband had one for chemo, he had stage 4. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Kid, because you were speaking the truth. Yeah. And and that's all it's about. It's kind of like, it's sad to see how commentary has taken its turn for the worse, because it's like, damn, you can't even have an opinion nowadays. And it's not, and this is the thing, when Ross first started doing commentary on Latrice, it was, it was okay. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too much. But then it just got out of control, and it was like, what in the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is wrong? What's going on? It's like, oh my goodness, like, it's one thing to say what you got to say in love and be like, look, I wouldn't do that, or you know what I'm saying, that's one thing. But then, to take it to a whole nother level where you are, you trying to fit you, it's just a lot. It's a lot. The kids getting drug into it. You're interviewing people who's working a warehouse, like that to me was like, that's when it was crossing the line, because it's like, well, what the hell are you trying to do? Are you trying to take this lady out of the game? Are you trying to ruin everything she worked for? you know And baby, if I was Latrice, which she already is from what she's saying, honey, I'd be lawyered up. I would be lawyered up, okay? When I tell you, honey, I would be, baby, honey, look, I'll be reporting every video. This is harassing me. This is bothering me, okay? Period. Yeah, definitely sorry to hear that. Yeah, life is definitely too short. Says Rosalind weaponizing her grief allows her son to fuel to the spark she lit prior. Grief is the biggest bullet. She won't ever stop. Yeah, it's crazy. It definitely is. And it's like, and people will jump down your throat when you say that, but it's the truth. Like, you cannot sit up here and attack this woman and be like, but she said this about me. No, but you were bothering her before all of that. Before anything happened with, her son, before any tragedy happened, you were bothering Latrice and you were antagonizing her. And that does not mean that whatever she said about you or whatever, that doesn't mean that, oh my God, we're just putting it on signs and holding it up and being like, yeah, go. No, because no one wants to see two Black women going at it. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you cannot start with people and you cannot antagonize people then expect them to sit back and take it. You know what I'm saying? And then when they clap back, you cannot keep bringing up that isolated situation and saying, well, this is the reason, or she did this. But no, what were you doing to her before all that happened? Let's just keep her all the way 100, you know? And it's not that people are, trying to be mean and nasty or trying to, laugh at your pain or whatever. It's just that let's just be realistic. If you want someone to respect what you went through, if you want someone to respect, your trials and your tribulations, and you don't want people to attack you and antagonize you, and there are certain things that you don't, and there are certain boundaries that you don't want people to cross, then you also need to be crossing certain boundaries. You do not think sitting up on here talking about this woman kids every day is not triggering to her. You think somebody want to hear how you feel about their kids? Like I said, even if you're not calling them names, even if you're not saying anything nasty about them directly, you speaking about what they're doing and you continuously criticizing them is enough. Period. I don't give a damn. You ain't got to call my child ugly, but let you say, I don't like the way Faith was eating that apple. Don't worry about Faith. That's my child name, y'all. Don't worry about my child. Period. Don't worry about her. She good. People don't play about their kids. And that is where it started. And that's like where that's why a lot of people have a really bad taste in their mouth about your channel, because you continuously criticize. Not only are you criticizing her, but then you're dragging her kids into it and criticizing them. And just because you ain't calling them ugly, or just because you ain't, saying anything mean, you ain't saying anything like too bad, but you're criticizing what they're doing. And you're saying, well, no, it's about the parenting. No, just leave the damn kids out of it. They ain't children. They are children. Leave them alone. They're not your children, because if someone were to criticize your grandchildren or your children, you would appreciate it. And we've seen that. We've seen her go off on somebody for saying something about her grandchild. We've seen you go off on somebody for saying something about your daughter. So how you be ready to take it there about yours? So why do you expect her to sit back and let you talk about hers? I don't get it. I don't get it. Facts. She has no room to talk about. No room at all. No room. Yes. Yes, exactly. It's kind of like you cannot want people to sit back and, not say anything about you or not take it there with you, but you take it in there with this woman every single day, every day, all day, you know? And you're doing this on multiple platforms. You started on Facebook and you do it on and you started on YouTube and you do it on Facebook too. It's like, how much do you expect someone to take? So if you mean to tell me that you don't see nothing wrong with what you're doing, you mean to tell me that there's not an inch or inkling of just like, hmm, I may be doing too much. Maybe I am bothering this woman. Maybe I am. Maybe I did start with her. Maybe it's not my place to judge her or to tell her what she should or she shouldn't be doing, because maybe I have my own life that I need to worry about. Maybe I shouldn't worry about what her kid is doing. Maybe I shouldn't worry about what her kid is wearing or how they talking or how they walking. Maybe I should not worry about that, because maybe if someone criticized my grandchildren and talked about my children, what they were doing, it'll make me feel some type of way. So maybe I need to practice what I preach. If I'm going to get blue in the face and cuss people out because they mentioned my grandkids or my child, maybe I shouldn't talk about anybody else's grandchildren or their kids. It's simple. Just do, folks, how you want to be did, and everything will be cool. Everything will be cool, you know? But we cannot, I don't know what the end goal is. You know what I'm saying? But if the end goal, from what has been said, is to help somebody, or if the end goal is to, you know what I'm saying, change somebody, this is not the way to do it. This is not the way to do it. Period. He says, "Girl, yes, say that it's not. If you're being honest when you say that your end goal is to help, or your end goal is to make her do better or whatever, then this is not the approach that you want to take, because you won't want nobody doing it to you. Period. You know, but that's pretty much all of my thoughts on that situation. Like I said, it's the same old two-step, and people just won't get it. And now it's becoming sad, because now we have all these new channels that are coming out, and they're tired of it and they're speaking out. And it's like, no matter what happens, it's like, that side just won't let up. No matter how many people say, listen, this is not the way to go about it. You're wrong. Leave this woman alone. You're being mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how many people are speaking out and, saying what they have to say and trying to just be positive about the situation, it's just like, you can't get nothing through to that side over there. You can't get nothing through to them. It's just like, they feel like if you ain't bashing Latrice, and if you're not trying to bring Latrice down, then something wrong with you. And that's sad, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. One thing about Latrice, period, whatever imperfection she may have, we all started watching her. She built a platform off of her own back, and she gave us true content about her life. She let us into her home with her children, and she gave us entertainment for many years. And she didn't have to talk about nobody, degrade nobody, make up lies on nobody, make up allegations on nobody to do it. So you can't sit up there and knock her, period. You know. Just say you a fan. Just say you're jealous or whatever. Because if you weren't jealous and if you weren't obsessed, then you wouldn't feel the need to get on here and talk about it every day. You just wouldn't. Period. But that's all I got, folks. Thank y'all for hanging up in here with me today. Like I said, I just wanted to catch up on some things. And like I said, I'm going to try to I should have put the link in the description, but I'm going to drop the link one of these days to my Facebook page, because I'm going to try to put personal content on my Facebook page and get that monetized, because I do want you all to learn a little bit more about jewelry and know who Nigeria is, and I do want to get into, like I said, lifestyle, beauty, all of that. I'm a character outside of YouTube. Okay, I like to say so myself. Miss Shelley says, sad thing is, all the great advice you were spending tonight, and every time she would not stop there, say, and yeah, ain't gonna stop, and probably gonna talk about me for giving the advice, even though what I'm saying is very positive and very true. But every dog gonna have their day. The thing is, she doesn't want her to leave her. She doesn't want to leave her alone. It's free promotion. Yeah. Yeah. Today on live, she was talking reckless, cursing, laughing, thinking it's funny. A teen girl walked in. She heard it off. I was like, nah, let her see how you're acting. You embarrassing. Yeah. But yeah, she need to leave my girl Treese alone. My girl Treese is living her life, raising her kids, doing what she do. You know, at the end of the day, she ain't bothering nobody. She ain't never bothered nobody. Whatever happened with her, whoever she fell out with was her, whoever she fell out with. She ain't come checking for nobody. You know what I'm saying? She's only tried to help. And you know, she's Treese, so she has her issues, but guess what? Don't we all? Don't we all? You know what I'm saying? And nobody's perfect, period. But yeah, but hopefully, like I said, hopefully one day we'll see a change. One day we'll see a change. In the meantime, like I said, I hope Latrice has her good legal team over there. I hope she doing what she's doing because she can really get, you know, she can really get that page taken down. She really can, because the things that have been said over there and the amount of harassment that goes on, it's not healthy and it's not productive, you know. So I hope that one day she gets, you know, she gets the justice that she deserves. She don't deserve the constant antagonizing and picking and going. It just, she don't deserve that. She ain't did nothing to nobody. Let this lady live. Period. But I love you all and thank you all for hanging in here with me tonight. And like I said, God, I'm gonna say this. I'm going to try to post more often. It may not be every day, but I'm thinking of some new things to do. Like I said, when I do post my personal content, just support it. You know, that way it motivates me to keep going, because I do be out here in these streets shopping, and I be out here buying stuff and trying stuff from YouTube and Amazon and all type of stuff. And I would love to share that with you all. Like I said, I do try a lot of different products all the time, and you know, we you know, we're gonna hang in here. I'm gonna try to talk y'all more often, because I do have a good time talking to you all. Angela said, and God is gonna thank you, Blondie Diva. Thank you for being new to the page. Hey, Daisy Johnson, that is my cousin. Hey. It says, and God's gonna work it out with her son. He sure will. He sure will work it out. And while they some of that wait on that to feel, he gonna work it out. It has been going on for too long. It definitely has. Thank you for joining, Blondie. Because it's sad. Certain people whole YouTube channel is based on someone's life. Exactly. It gotta stop. It has to stop. It's okay to do commentary and reaction, but it is a way to do everything. And you should not be able to get on here and harass people and go in on people to the point where you're affecting their real life. When your content is causing issues and problems in someone's real life, you're doing too much. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. Yeah, I be shopping, honey. I be shopping. Okay. So thanks for holding us tonight. Good live as always. You're welcome. You're welcome. It says, thank you, new to your channel. I enjoyed it. Thank you. Like I said, I want to talk to you all more often, so I'm going to try to weasel it in. You know, y'all may not see me for a week, but then I'm going to come back. Hey, Shauna's Place. It says, late, but good evening. Watching from the beginning. Hey. It says she's definitely a mental problem, Blondie. Definitely a mental problem. At this point, get on this coin, Nigeria. Your reaction is worth getting paid. Okay, right. Because I get a little something, but it don't be much. It don't be enough to talk about. But yeah, you know, I think I do have a good perspective. So, like I said, I'm gonna try to not take no three. I will say this: I'm gonna try not to take no 3-week break no more. But the good thing is my job started paying for everybody to because you know, before, like with tuition reimbursement, the reason why I never went back to school is because, honey, I'm not gonna get no student loans. Okay, I'm not gonna rack up all this debt. However, my job started paying for everybody to go get other degrees. So y'all already know I had my bachelor's, and my job paid for everybody to get their masters or whatever. If you were working, if you are in the business field, because I work in leadership, I'm a supervisor. So they were paying for everybody to go back to school. And so I started that. I've been doing that for a little while now. So I'm in summer school. So I have been over here doing homework. I've been over here looking into other things, other entrepreneur ventures, trying to see what I can invest my money in, child. Okay. So I can be rich and not working by the time I'm 45. So, you know, I've been over here just trying to work it on out, y'all. I've been doing some of everything. Yeah, like I said, I do a lot of things outside of YouTube to try to just, you know, keep myself, you know, busy and afloat. Yes, honey. Yes. But thank y'all for hanging in here. Like I said, in between my busy life, I am going to try to be here more often. It's great commentary. I definitely enjoyed you. I hope other channels will follow suit with this positivity. Chase recommended you, but this was the first live I've called. Oh, yes, she did. Yes, I like her. I do. I like her content. Well, thank you for joining. Yes, I'm gonna try to get in there with you all more. Good for you. Yeah, when they said, oh, we paying. Oh, y'all paying for what? Oh, Oh, let me go ahead then. So yeah, so I've been doing that for a little while now. It's been going good. I've been making A's and stuff. So yeah, and trust me, if it wasn't free, I wouldn't be doing it. Okay, period. But it's something nice to do and it's something good too, because we do like every 6 months, you do your performance appraisal. And so that just adds more salary on every year when you have more things up under your belt. So it was something nice to do, and that's what I have been doing in my free time. But I said I've been missing YouTube. So, I want to come back and chat with you all more because I do have fun talking to you all. It's like I have a little internet family. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to come back more often. Like I said, it ain't gonna be 3 weeks again. I'm gonna try to, at least come in here maybe once a week, you know what I'm saying? Maybe twice. And if I start, balancing my life better, maybe 3 times. But I will see you all in my next video. Y'all go ahead, and if it's nighttime where you are, run you a good bubble bath, soak in the tub, stretch before you go to bed tonight. Let's just all, try to be positive. Everybody out here just trying their best to make it in this crazy world. Okay. The thought of gassing up your car tomorrow is probably killing you. Okay. So listen, we don't know what people going through. Let's just all be kind to each other. Period. But I love you all, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.